Hi guys, this is Stella, the Wandering Witch, and this is a pick a card reading for the month ahead. We've got three piles. We've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So this will be messages and advice for the month ahead. Go ahead and pick your pile. Always remember, if you're drawn to more than one pile, there may be more than one message for you in this reading. I'll see you in your reading at your pile. Okay, bye. Hi guys, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Okay, we have this lepidolite stone. Lepidolite. Anyway, it's beautiful. Reminds me of Galaxy. And it's one that promotes joy and self-love. Very calm and serene way. We'll put him with the turtle. Because he wanted to come into this reading, this guy. Yeah, he's going here. Okay, so the card to represent your pile is Wise Woman of the Grove, Grace. Beautiful card. We'll put her here. Okay, so we'll leave I've got some oracle cards for you here for advice for the month ahead. We'll just leave them there for now, and I'm going to pull you some tarot. So we'll do one card for each week of the month, and then we'll get the spirit animals to give us some advice for each week. If I need any clarification, I'll use my affirmations tarot to do that, and then we'll get your oracle's advice. Okay, so starting with the animal tarot. Spirit, for pile number 1, we'd like to have some messages, advice, what pile number 1 can expect during the month ahead. So we'll have a card for week 1, please, Spirit. Thank you. Week 2. Week 3. And week 4. Pile number 1, please, Spirit, week 4. Thank you. Okay, just move them there. Okay, so we've got your week ahead. Those ones there. Alright, so we'll just clarify with the spirit animal. Okay, they're telling me to turn these ones over first. Okay, so for week 1 we have the Lovers. Week 2 we have the 3 of Wands. Week 3 we have the 3 of Pentacles. And week 4 we have the Chariot. Okay. And from Spirit Animal Oracle, can we have some advice or some more information, please. Going up ahead, pile number 1. Claim your independence. And week 2. Surrender now. Week 3. Oh, it's fallen down onto the table. Hey, I got it. Skunk spirit, know your worth. And week 4, please. This energy of sort of adversity around you. Pile number 1. I'm feeling like there is some conflict. One card for pile number 4. Pile number 1, Lady Spirit for week 4. And you see clearly now. The reason I laughed just then was because I was thinking as I was shuffling that last for week number 4 that I felt really unclear, like foggy. I was looking at the cards and they were coming out and I was thinking, I just don't I don't know what spirit is trying to tell me here. And I was feeling very blurry about it and confused and like, I don't know what direction I'm supposed to go in here. And then suddenly it hit me and I suddenly had this feeling of clarity where I knew what advice spirit was trying to give you. And as I was thinking that to myself, I pulled the last card, the card for week 4 out, and it's the Owl Spirit. You see clearly now. So that's why I giggled. But I feel like when we get to week 4, so this situation that you're in that's cloudy and that's confusing you, I also feel like it's conflictual. So there's people involved in it who are coming at you in a way. And you are in this sort of energy where you're not really seeing a solution. You're not seeing a way out of this conflict. Since, before I go into week by week, since this main card that you've got to represent your pole is the Wise Woman of the Grove, Grace. I feel like the biggest things, well, one of the biggest things Spirit wants you to hear in this reading, and the reason why you felt drawn to this pile, is because Spirit wants you to act gracefully. They want you to, I mean, even if you know what someone is saying is wrong, just let them have it. It's people like that who are so utterly convinced that they are right are not going to be convinced otherwise, and all that's going to happen is you're going to get frustrated and upset and even more confused about how to move forward. So I feel like just to lead with grace, lead by example. They may or may not learn. More than likely they won't learn. I feel like you've been carrying a bit of a burden, and it's probably been going on for a while now, and up until week 2 of this month, I am feeling like you're still gonna be feeling like you need to hold your possessions and your power, and just be very protective of yourself. Hold what you've got, your ideas. It's just come to me, so I'm going to say it, that if there's some sort of creative endeavor that you've been planning, or a new idea that you've had, maybe for a new business idea, or something like that, is that you should continue to hold those ideas close to you and protect them. In week 1, there's a bit of a bizarre, and I might just use the Affirmators Tarot to just clarify this, because we've got the Lovers here, which is a partnership of some kind, working together with somebody else. It doesn't have to be a romantic partnership, though the Lovers card, obviously the Lovers, but it's more about working closely with someone. But then we have this card that's come up for your advice, and it's Cat Spirit. And we all know cats like to do their own thing. They're very independent animals. So I'm feeling like, since this is what's, I'm using this tarot as sort of information on what you can expect for the week, and then I wanted this to be more advice. So if this is someone that you're relying on, or that you might be working on a project with or something, and perhaps you are placing too much worth on their opinion of what you're doing, and Spirit's advice to you in week 1 is to pay more attention to your own intuition and your own guidance and your own gut feeling, rather than relying on the opinions of others and needing other people to perhaps clarify what it is that you're wanting to do. Not just clarify, but approve. And there could be one specific person who you always look to for that approval, but you are perfectly capable, and you're very, very intelligent. You've got birds and a lot of air in your reading, so air is a very intellectual sign. Okay, we've had 2 cards come out. So again, we've got the 2 of Pentacles and the Justice card. So Spirit is definitely wanting more of a balance in this relationship. Whether it's a love relation, I mean, it could be talking about a love relationship, or a relationship with a family member or a friend, because Spirit's not zoning in on whether it's a business relationship or a friend. They're just telling me that it is a relationship. So this could be because the reason why they're not zoning in on the specifics of it is because there might be different situations involving different people who are watching this pile. So the main message that they want me to convey is that this relationship needs to be more balanced, and the way that it needs to be more balanced is you need to take back more of your power. So I feel like one person in this relationship has more power than the other person, and that's not ever going to be a healthy type relationship. So advice for week 1 is take back your power. Okay, moving on to week 2, we've got the 3 of Wands. Now this guy, this is what I was talking about in week 2. See how he's holding his little prizes and his possessions. He's holding them close. He's got them curled around, and he's sort of like he looks to me like he's looking like anxiously out at the world, like who is coming to take my sticks? These are my sticks. And so that might be how you're feeling in week 2 of this month. But Spirit's advice is fairly clear. It's surrender now. Drop the fucking sticks. We're moving out of Taurus season at the moment. Now, whether or not you're watching this in Taurus season or not, but this is the energy that's around at the moment. And it's quite powerful because we have the today, the 30th of April, we have a solar eclipse in Taurus, and we also have a new moon in Taurus as well. So that's pretty special. And Taurans like to have beautiful possessions around them because they love beauty. And they're normally beautiful people too. But they love to be surrounded by security, and they love their independence, and they just like to have tasteful and sensual things in their life. But we're moving into, so that's the energy that we're moving into. However, what the eclipses do, and this solar eclipse may want you to reevaluate your relationship with money and possessions, and find what it is that truly brings you joy. Because I feel like holding these possessions and things close to you is not bringing you any happiness. And Spirit's advice is to surrender that. You don't need to hold on to it so tightly. And if you're expecting someone to take it from you, you know what's going to happen? You're putting that energy into the universe. Someone's going to freaking come and take it from you. So just relax. It's all good. Yeah. You don't need to hold on so tightly. Now, the second message that's coming through for week 2, and I already talked about this right at the beginning, and I'll talk about it again because it's coming through strongly, is to, even though it's saying to surrender and let go of those, maybe those monetary possessions, whatever it is, that you're thinking, shit, this is what's defining me, I need to hold on to this stuff, is that if you are working on a creative project, the second message is to protect that. So you maybe, this is a completely separate message to the first one. So you may be feeling like you need to protect your ideas, or maybe just what you're doing at the moment is generating a bit of attention, or perhaps it's something to do with social media, I'm not sure, but just protect yourself from energy vampires. So people taking from you most of the time, not realizing they're doing it, just digging their little hooks in and going, "Ooh, she's a being of light. I will take from her or him." So just make sure that you're protecting yourself from those sort of attacks. Okay, we'll move on to week 3. 3 of Pentacles is a pretty cool card. That card is about working as a team and lifting each other. So I feel like there's some people that are going to be coming into your life around the middle of this month who resonate more deeply with you and your life that you're now living. Just see you guys lifting each other and holding each other up. Spirit's advice is the skunk spirit, which is know your worth. And again, that message is coming through about there being a balance of power in your relationships. So this week it was specifically talking about one person. This week 3 is talking more about like a team, a group of people that so this is what I was feeling like in the beginning, the overall feeling of people coming at you. So there being some kind of adversity around you, a difference of opinions, a different way of looking at a situation, whatever it is. And you are probably feeling like your opinion is not worth much, or that maybe you're a minority with what you believe, and you just, it doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong, but it does matter how you feel about yourself. And if these people are making you feel bad about yourself, then you should totally just take a break from them. You don't have to give them an explanation. Just do it. And use that time to figure out what it is you're worth, what you bring to the table. And know that you do bring a lot to the table. Part number 1. You've got this beautiful connection to spirit, with all this bird imagery that we've got, and the owl. The owl is just gives me high priestess type energy. So you're very intuitive. You're very connected to spirit, whether you realize it or not. And you've got a lot of protection around you. Like when I was pulling it, I just felt this like this rushing of like a team. And when you have a team around you, usually it's because either A, you're very spiritual, which I think that you are definitely, without a doubt, very spiritual. But also that you've got a lot of protection around you at this time. And if you need a lot of protection, it's because you're going through something where you're being targeted in some way. And you need to take a break from that and just sit back and realize what you're worth. Because you're worth so much. And you are so intuitive, and so you have just such a loving, I just feel this bright, loving heart inside of you, this joy inside of you. Just this pure light. It's really beautiful. So I can see that if you do stand up for yourself, not in an aggressive way, you don't have to yell at people, you're freaking wrong and I'm right. Just step back. Know that they don't have to know that they're wrong. And they will never admit that they're wrong. You know they're wrong, but they won't admit it. So just get yourself out of there. Like, you don't need to listen to this shit. Because moving on to week 4, the energy on week 4 is the Chariot. And that eagle is just looking like, I've figured it out. I figured out what's going on here. And I'm moving on. I'm moving forward. I'm leaving this situation behind me. So yes. Because you see clearly now. And that's what I was feeling right from the beginning, is this confusion through here, like this murkiness. And then moving on to week 4, the end of the month, we've suddenly got this clarity. And I'm just going to pull some more tarot just to clarify that energy, because that's pretty cool. I like that. What is coming at pile number 1? Why are they suddenly seeing clearly? Is it because they've figured out their worth? What's going on here, Spirit? 10 of Pentacles. Oh, so you may be finding some kind of success in an endeavour and just going, fuck you, everyone. You didn't believe in me, and look what I've done. Yeah, success. You've got the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Hierophant, and all of them, like this guy here, look at him standing there with his wand. And then the 10 of Pentacles is ultimate success in your endeavours, and the Ace of Cups is making me think that this is a new endeavour for you. So this is something that you've started. You've been up against a lot of people telling you that you couldn't do it, or not believing in you, or just thinking that you were crazy for even trying. Whatever it is, you're finding some kind of success. I'm feeling like it's between week 3 and week 4 where you're just going to be like staring down at all those people like, look, like, actually, you know what, you're not even going to care. You're going to see clearly that it never mattered what they thought. It mattered what you thought. And they were never going to support you. So we'll just move on to your oracle messages. Okay, so we have the 12th house, escape. We have modify. And we have shadow work. Beautiful. Look at that card. Wow. It's amazing. They're actually, I'll show you them all because they're all beautiful. Modify. And the 12th house is escape. Now this is what I was talking about. This card here is making me feel like you need to retreat from this situation. Modify what you're doing. Stop trying to defend what you're doing or convince others, or even if you don't feel like you're actively doing that anymore, you may still be worried about their opinion of you, of what you're doing. And Spirit wants you to modify that idea of believing or listening to the opinions of other people, or believing that you're not worth as much, especially with this relationship from week 1 where the message is so strong that there needs to be more of a balance. Something needs to be modified in your thinking and your perception, and the way that Spirit is saying that you can do this is literally by escaping and doing some shadow work, maybe some soul retrieval, just looking at why you are putting your worth in what these people think of you. Like, you're basing your worth in it. Why are you doing that? You need to go within. Instead of going externally for answers, you need, Spirit's advice is to look within and look within. Why do you think that these people have any power over what you feel about yourself? And once you get to that point where you realize your worth and you realize how badass you are. Look at that, like, jewel in the forest. And that, I just feel like that's you. You are a jewel, pile number one. And you need to find that unique. You know, other people see it because you've got this soul tribe coming in. Other people see your worth. You don't see your worth. So, yeah, that's making me feel a bit sad because I've been there and I have been in a situation or spent a lot of my life basing my worth on the opinions of others. And it is only when I stopped doing that that I started realizing what I was worth. When I stopped believing them when they said I was, I don't know, whatever it was that they threw at me at any given moment, but I believed them. When I stopped listening, well, that's their opinion. It's not the truth. It's just their opinion. Then I found so much peace. I really did. And it was such a gift. So I'm going to leave you there, pile number one. I hope you enjoyed your reading. This stone makes so much sense now. For more than one reason. One is the galaxy, and I really feel like your spirit guides just want you to reach out and ask them for help so that they can assist you, because there's so many of them around you. And also it promotes self-love, it relieves emotional suffering, and it affirms your worth. So maybe get yourself one of these stones. Just put it in your pocket for the month ahead. Beautiful souls, pile number one. It was a pleasure to do this reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi guys, welcome to your reading. This is pile number 2. We have the beautiful lapis lazuli stone. This stone does so many great things for you, but it's great for communication and stimulating growth, either personal growth or spiritual growth. So it's good going through a spiritual awakening or an upgrade of some kind. This is a great stone to have around you. Okay, so to represent the energy of your pile, we have Starry Night, Acceptance. I love it how it matches the colours of the stone. Okay, we've got your oracle cards messages here. Just going to put them aside for now, and we're going to do some tarot for your month ahead. Okay, we'll start with the animal tarot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card for each week. And this is going to represent the energy for the week. And then I'll use the animal spirit oracle for advice or further information. If I need more clarification, I'll use my affirmators tarot. So spirit for pile number 2, week 1, we have Justice. Week 2, please, Spirit. The 8 of Cups. Week 3. The cards are just flying out. The Empress. The spirit team is close by. The pile number 2. Oh, God's sakes. Okay. No. Alright, can we please have just one card, Spirit? Just settle down, we'll get the messages out. So, for week number 4... okay, we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, Spirit are excited for you. They're super excited for you. At first, I was feeling this... Actually, I was feeling this really dark energy for you, pile 2, when I was sort of getting ready for things like the sun sort of went away for a bit and like everything got a bit dark and gloomy, and I was like, ugh, like, oh dear, like, what is our pile number 2's going through? But everything seems a bit brighter now, and your spirit team is so present, and I just feel like that was that energy is very attached. So it's very recent, this dark energy, but I feel like you're moving out of it now. So whether you might have been stuck in it even up until this month, heading into April, I'm feeling like there's a new energy that's coming. So let's get some more information using a spirit animal oracle, please. Spirit, for pile number 2, can we have some advice or some more information for week 1 justice? Got chameleon spirit, act as if. The 8 of Cups. Spirit, please, can we have some advice for the 8 of Cups? I want both of these cards. Learn from the past. And the bee spirit, sweet results await. Okay. The Empress energy. Can we have a card? Oops, flown out. Time to let go. And the Ace of Cups. We have a card for the Ace of Cups, please. Take the lead. Okie dokie. Pile number 2. Do you have a special connection to animals, dogs in particular, maybe? Because my dog, Ollie, he's wanted to be part of this reading. So anyway, okay, let me just tune in because I'm getting a lot here. What is going on here, Spirit? So this dark energy is leeching in to this month in the very beginning. This situation that I'm talking about here, this energy, is something to do with a really unfair situation, somewhere where you have been treated completely and utterly unfairly. There has been no justice, none. And I, unfortunately, I'm not seeing that changing much in the beginning of the month, but I am seeing a change of attitude from you. And that is that I feel like there's been some kind of great change, possibly quite traumatic, And the way that you've been looking at it has not been wrong. You've been healing, and these are just the stages that we go through. But you have been in this energy of why is this happening? Things are never going to change. This has happened, and now my life is fucked, or whatever devilish thoughts you might be holding on to. Excuse me. But I feel like this energy is coming in where you're gonna reach a state of acceptance where you're gonna. Spirit's leading me to a memory, and I don't talk about this much because it was so fucking traumatic, but I happen to date and have a child, my daughter Jara, with what could only be described as a sociopath. He uses my daughter as a way to control me and have power over me. And if I do something he doesn't like, he takes my daughter away. And I felt like for so long that there was nothing I could do, and it was so unfair, and I just kept fighting, and I kept looking for a way out of the situation, thinking that I couldn't possibly go on living my life with things being the way that they were. And I wanted to blame I was blaming everybody, including myself, most especially myself, for the injustice, because it was a great injustice. But at one point I began to accept it, and I didn't accept it as though I said that this is the way things will always be. I just started acting as though it was just a temporary situation, that Spirit had a plan, and I was exactly where I needed to be in that moment, and that I would just act as though this was just a temporary solution, separation between the two of us, and believe in the dream that we would be reunited. And I acted as if I in my imagination, me and my daughter were together, and it changed my whole perception of things. It made me feel like I actually had control, because I had been looking at it as though my ex-partner, her father, had all the control. He could choose to take her away from me if he wanted to, and that meant that my life was over. But instead of looking, I just sort of looked at this moment is where I need to be right now. And not only is it happening for a reason, I mean, it's fucking horrible, but shit, did I learn a lot. And I learned to trust myself, and I learned to believe in myself. And then I stopped thinking of the universe is doing this to me, and started thinking of it more as they're doing it for me, because without that massive traumatic change in my life, there's no way I would have gone within and healed, not only from that, but from a lot of things. Like, it's like the same sort of lessons get thrown at you until you figure it out. And I seem to have been on a Groundhog Day type. And I'm like, is this a groundhog or is it a beaver? No, it's a groundhog for right now. Oh, look, there's a oh my God, there's a groundhog. Huh? How fucking bizarre. Groundhog spirit. Okay, there you go. Part number 2. Because that's how I felt. I've lost my train of thought because I was so excited by that card. But this is just another message if it's not going on what I was saying, but oh look, my dog has just come and planted himself like against me. Ollie, what are you doing? Okay, get yourself a comfort animal. Because that's another thing I did when I was going through absolute hell in the family court and all the rest of it. I found myself a buffhead, big furry beastie, and we just started going out into nature and exploring and visiting national parks and just spending a lot of time in the forest and on the beach, and we still do it now, but I had found it hard to motivate myself to do it just for me, but when I had to take Big Buffhead for a walk every day, I made it as pleasant and awesome as possible. So we used to go to the bush, and just spending time in nature, it definitely contributed to healing me and making me accept what was happening right now, and that just because this is the situation right now does not mean that this is the situation forever. And I just fake it till you fucking make it, mate. Like, just act as if you're on top of the world and you're happy and everything's going great, and that's what will happen. Be grateful for what you have, and more things will flow into your life. So, big message, and I feel like you really needed to hear that, because I think that you have been going through something awful for quite a long time. The great news is that you are currently in this mode where I was, where you're accepting where you're at in life, accepting that it's all part of your journey, and accepting that it is leading somewhere. And it is somewhere you never would have tread on your own if you weren't forced out of your comfort zone. Moving into week 2, the energy is split. So I'm feeling like this is where things are changing for you. You are in this energy now in week 2 where you're learning from the past, and you are like I said, we've got this groundhog dude here. Hello, groundhog. And I'm just thinking, of that movie Groundhog Day, where you go through the same sort of situation with different people, slightly varied circumstances, where you end up like in the same situation. Like at the end of it, like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? Like, did I just attract another psychopath, or did I just I don't know, go against my intuition and do something you've repeated over and over again? And it's like the lesson, the way it was delivered, got more and more traumatic each time, until you were forced to go, oh my God, I can't go through this again. What do I have to do? And you went within. And you might be going through, or you might have just passed through something like a dark night of the soul, where you really, really went within. Look at this guy. He has dived. And this isn't just happening like, oh, we've gone from week 1 where there's no justice to week 2. Oh, you dived within, somewhere within week 1, and you're learning. No, it doesn't happen like that. This sort of lesson would have taken you freaking months, even years in the making. But you're learning. You've learned, like, there's some sort of massive karmic lesson that you have figured out. You see it now. And so then comes B, spirit. Sweet results await. And so I feel like you've got to this stage where you're probably going through it right now, and you've been going through it for the last month, and you're moving into this month like with this same energy where you are seeing things from a whole different perspective, seeing life from a whole different perspective, believing more in the power of now. And what has been happening is your mindset, your change of mindset is bringing in riches and glory. Your hard work is about to pay off. Because when we move into week 3, you are now coming up as the Empress. So you've definitely moving beyond that energy of why is this happening? I'm just going to try and be happy regardless. I still don't understand, but I'm trying, to not just having to fake it anymore. You're starting to actually feel that energy in week 3. And you're reaching a state of completion here. In week 3, like the end of a long freaking slog, like a long journey of learning and healing and forgiving people and forgiving yourself. And any last the last thing that always comes, not always, it's time is not linear, of course, but I feel like the hardest thing, and you've got to really look within to get to this stage, which is why it tends to come right at the end of, just before you've reached the end of that journey. And that is to let go of any resentment, jealousy, feelings of anger towards other people. It is time to let that go. And you know what's awesome is that if you're watching this and it's just about to be May, we have a lunar eclipse in Scorpio on May the, I'm not sure, it's the full moon anyway, and it's a full lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Scorpio is about endings and beginnings. It is the most perfect time to do a letting go ritual, to do some kind of full moon ritual, and to just let go of that last bit of energy, anything you're holding on to of you from before, the person you were before, that person that went through that shit and learnt from it. Anything you're still holding on, just let it all go. Write down, do some kind of I've got a couple. Actually, I'll put one up on my Facebook page, a full moon Scorpio ritual you can do to let go. I think that would be awesome for you to do, because in week 4 we've got this brand new beginning, Ace of Cups. It is the beginning of an emotionally fulfilling journey for you, pile number 3. And I feel like you've gotten to this, by week 4 of this month, you've just gotten to this state of power where you're no longer faking any of it. You are that. You are the Empress. You are a leader. You are ready to, I feel like you hadn't been living your life's purpose. You probably didn't even know that you had a life purpose up until you went through that last traumatic and dark thing that you experienced. But oh, I've lost my train of thought again. Anyway, you're becoming this swan thing, whatever. Is it a flamingo? I don't know, but it's cool. And oh, look, Stag Spirit, take the lead. So everything that you have learned, you have that wisdom that you can now share to the world. Oh, life purpose. That's what I was talking about. You didn't even realize that you had a life purpose. So you were just living the life, like working, you know, looking after your kids, making lunches, driving to school, just doing the slog, and thinking, yeah, that's all there is to life. And yet there would have been a part of you that would have been screaming, no, this is not all there is of life. And for you especially, because you are this Empress energy, and you're just this really powerful person that has been through this stuff so that you can impart that wisdom to others. And there is something really, really important that the universe would love for you to share. What have you been through? And what did you learn, and how did you get past it? How did you heal yourself? Because others could learn from your wisdom. Part two. Okay, so excuse me. I feel like I've got something stuck in my throat. So and actually, because this lapis lazuli stone as well is about communication, I feel like you haven't been heard as well. That there's been this injustice, this situation where you just haven't been heard, and you haven't felt heard, you haven't felt supported, and yeah, it doesn't seem like you probably had a lot of trouble trusting in your intuition and your communications and messages that you receive from spirit. What else? The oracle. Okay. So we have Aquarius, I know. Okay, so yeah, you have reached that stage now where you are in touch with that, or you're getting there, where you're in touch with your intuition and in touch with spirit. And if you're not there, you should be, because you do know. We have reliable, yeah, and we have rites of passage. I love this. I love how it comes together like that. And this one. So pile number 2, your message has been so clear, and shit, you're a survivor, mate. Spirit just wants you to trust yourself. You are so powerful, and you are so connected, and the messages that you are receiving from spirit you can rely on, and the messages that your intuition, what your intuition tells you to do and has been telling you to do, and you might have done it and you're not seeing any results, and you might be starting to second guess your choices. Just, you can rely on yourself. You totally can, and you can totally rely on the assistance from your spirit team. They're so with you on this journey, and they're so proud of you. So proud of you. Pile 2. And they, just to confirm it, Aquarius, the know-it-alls. I'm Aquarius rising and Aquarius moon myself, so shout out to my Aquarius folk. But we are a bit know-it-all-y, because we do know. We're geniuses. But you do know you're a genius. This is what this is telling me. And rites of passage is about going through hell, going through some kind of rite of passage to gain the wisdom and the knowledge that you have gained through this experience that you've been through. But what I can tell you about it is look up, because it is, the energy is totally changing, and not only are you probably really like physically attractive, but you've got this aura about you too, pile 2. You've got this, just this, yeah, I just see you as being really badass. And you totally just need to trust yourself, because you know what's going on. You totally know what's going on, and you can teach others to figure out what's going on too. So there you go. Pile number 2. That was your reading. What? Sorry, Spirit. Another message. Okay. Just, I don't know why. I want one more card. I feel like that was really clear. But maybe there's something someone needs to hear. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. Message. I've missed something. A message. A call to action. Okay. So they're also telling me that you're moving from an energy of like kind of weight, like organizing things and like shit taking a long time, like a long-term plan, whatever it is that's been happening has been for the long term. Something that's going on. Anyway, in general, this card refers to slow moving energy. This card is the opposite. This is like a really fast moving energy, and it's like Swords is making me feel like it's some kind of information that's coming in that's going to cause this energy to really pick up. So you might get a real increase in energy this month, pile number 2, like a speed up of life almost. Okay, is there anything else, Spirit? No, they just like showing me this guy. So go check out what just go have a look at what the spirit what it means to have a bee buzzing into your life. And you might be seeing a lot of bees around maybe as well. Okay, pile number 2. It was a pleasure to do that reading for you. Things are looking like they're really picking up. What you've been through has not been without reason, and I think you know that now. Just take it easy in the first part of the month. Like I said, I really healed going into nature with my dog. Going to spend some time in nature and just be at peace. And things are becoming like they're coming to an end. Like they really are. You might have heard this before, but things are wrapping up, and you're starting something new, and it's something awesome. And I can't wait to see what that is, because I'm sure your energy will come through later in another pick a card. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated, please like, comment if you feel called to, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello guys, hi, welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading for the month ahead. Whenever you're watching this, we have to represent your pile this beautiful Botswana agate. I actually only picked up this stone yesterday, so I must have known that I would need it for this pile, because it's really resonating with this pile. The reason I got it was because it transfers earth energy and celestial energy, so energy from the earth and from spirit into your physical body, so into your body. We'll put him here. And the card to represent your pile, before I turn over, can I just say, actually, you know what? I just want to sit in your energy just for a moment because it's so nice. Oh, okay, we have the card to represent your pile is the Wild Rose Fairy with Love. What a beautiful card. Wow. Pile number 3, you give me such good vibes. You're my healers. I can feel it. You've come through before. We'll put her here. And Turtle wants to come out. So he's coming out. Alright, so we'll put these aside for now. These are your oracle cards. We'll pull them out at the end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tarot from each, for the animal tarot for each week. Then I'll get some, so this is to represent the energy of each week. Then I'll do some spirit animal oracle to get some further information or advice for each week. If I need any more information, I'll use Affirmators Tarot. And lastly, we'll look at any further information advice. This is mostly, I've intended for this to be advice for you for the month ahead from Spirit. Okie dokie, let's get into it, guys. I've got to just, I just want to sit here. Your energy's so nice. All right, so Spirit, can we have a card, please, to represent pile number 3's month ahead? We want to look at week number 1, please, Spirit. Week number 1 for pile 3. The Knight of Swords and the Page of Cups. Okay, they wanted to come together. Alright, week 2. Your cards are just flying out. I was noticing that when I was shuffling too, actually. Shuffling your oracle cards. Oh my god. Settle down, guys. Alright. You might get a lot of messages from Spirit. I feel like you're very, very spiritual, very in tune to your Spirit. Okay, so one card for week 3, please. Week 3 for pile number 3. The month ahead. The deck is thinking. So something big's going on. Week 3. There we go. I knew it. 6 of Wands. Victory. Victory, victory. Alright, and week 4 for pile number 3. Please, week 4. Okay, and we have the 6 of Pentacles for week 4. Okie dokie. Okay, they want me to do runes. I haven't done this with any of the other piles. 4. What messages do you have for pile number 3? Okay, we have, ooh, I love this. It's a blank symbol. Absolute new beginning. Okay, and then we've got the daggers, which is dawn, intuition and light within. And we have, ooh, fire, knowledge. That's awesome. So, oh, shit. Okay, pay attention. Pay attention. All right. You are embarking on something awesome. You've embarked on something awesome because you have. I feel like they're drawing me back to when I did pile number 2. I think it was pile 2, and they were still sort of at the tail end of this energy of having gone through something life-changing and starting to sort of move out of that dark energy into the light. I feel like you've done that. You're already well and truly in the light. And something you have started in this month is going to get some kind of confirmation message of some kind about your project that you've started. All right, now we'll get some spirit oracle just to confirm, please, or to give us some more information or some advice. Week 1, that spirit, a rebirth is assured. Knight of Wands. Let spirit be your guide. The 6 of Wands energy. Squirrel, believe in yourself. And the 6 of Pentacles for week 4. Having to think in oh, okay. Just one. Alright. Trust in divine detours. Okay. What have we got here, Spirit? Clearly you've embarked on a new venture, a new complete change of life. Something would have happened that would have led you down this path in the first place, and now you're well and truly embracing this part of your life, who you are, and you've embarked on basically you've found, or you are on the path to discovering what you can do in your life that will truly bring you happiness. And I feel like it is healing others in some way. And that we'll look now at the individual weeks, even though as a whole, this is just telling me that you are some kind of spiritual badass, that whether you practice whatever it is you do, I feel is to do with working closely. You work closely with spirit. With what you do, you're very, very closely aligned with your higher self as well. So much love in your soul, so much healing energy. Okay, I'm getting distracted again by energy. All right, so week 1, we've got this message coming. Some kind of news about your venture or a relationship where I actually feel like this might be talking about a relationship where there may have been some kind of a tumultuous situation going on where perhaps there was a separation of some kind between you and another person who was very dear to your heart. I am feeling like you're going to get some kind of truth, some kind of message or information is going to come to you, which is either A, this is indicating that there's actually a rebirth coming in the first week of this month with this situation, or this information that you receive, it's going to come in the first month of the first week of this month, this truth, this information, and this information will assure you that there will be a rebirth of whatever it is that you felt that you'd lost. Something about truth. Let me just pull some tarot to clarify, because I am super curious about this. So, information. What more information can you give me about this message, this information, this truth? Knight of... Oh my God. We've got the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Okay, so it's coming. This information is coming. And it's going to make you take action. Oh my God, we've got the Knight of Wands there as well. Wow, there is so much fire. And you know what? When I was clearing the energy for your pile from pile number 2, when I lit up my Palo Santo, it was like... I like fully went up in flames. I was like, what is going on here? So fire. There is fire in your reading, and that is action. Nine of Pentacles, action. Your success. There's some kind of information coming in. Spirit doesn't want to tell me. What is it? Two of Swords. Okay, so something about a choice. You've been in this situation where you're having to make a choice about something, and you haven't known what to do, and that is because all the information is not yet clear. And so this impasse that you've been at, with this spot where you haven't been able to move, it's because you haven't had all the information. Maybe you weren't ready for it. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's coming to you. This information is coming, and it is either immediately leading to a rebirth of some situation, which I feel like that's happening because we have so much fire in your spread. And I'm feeling this fiery energy, and it's an optimistic energy. I feel Leo-y, like very Leo, like I'm going to take life by the horns. And once you get this information, it's like, rebirth. So we'll move on to week 2, where we've got Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. And I feel like you do that. You trust in your intuition a lot. And you follow the messages that you receive from Spirit. You're really good at interpreting what the information is that's coming to you. And if you don't think you're good at it, you are good at it. Maybe you don't think you are, because we've got Squirrel here, and he's about believing in yourself. So if you doubt what you're getting from Spirit and what your intuition is telling you to do, the paths that it leads you down, because this card here is, as well, we've got Coyote Spirit, which is trusting divine detours. So you may I just feel like you're very led by your intuition, and to other people it may look like you're kind of going like in a bit of a windy, meandering type path. Oh God. Okay. When I get this feeling in my throat when there's really powerful spirits around. So okay. So you may have gone on a bit of a detour through life, and where you've been led to reach your goals or to go for your dreams, you're kind of just going, okay, Spirit, okay, intuition, what next? And then you do that, and you get to that point and you go, what next? And you're beginning to trust in the divine detours that spirit gets you to take, because either along that detour you learn something super important, or you meet someone super important, you learn something, whatever it is, you're beginning to get that trust. You're beginning to figure that out. This isn't for no reason. I'm not just being punished. I'm not just being held back, or that wasn't removed from my life for no reason. There is a purpose behind these detours. And you might be thinking that, and your intuition's telling you that, and spirit's telling you, no, you're cool. You're on the right path. And everyone else around you is like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what you're doing. So you need to believe in yourself, because you totally do. Don't let them make you doubt yourself, because you do truly know what's going on, pile 3. And you know what? The universe doesn't just give that kind of energy to anyone. That sort of ability to discern and to see right through people. They will only give that type of gift to someone who will use it for good. And I can understand why you have this gift, because you have such a heart, such a beautiful healing heart, and your intentions would never be to use it to hurt people. You would only ever use it to heal people, and it's so beautiful. When this whatever it is, this truth, this information that you're receiving, and you're going to take action with it, you will take action with it. Know that you're protected. Know that what you decide to do, where your intuition leads you, where you feel, yes, this is what I need to do, and you might get some kind of confirmation from spirit that yes, your intuition is spot on once again. You take action. Do it your way. Do it your windy, meandering, spirit-led way. Don't do it anyone else's way. Let spirit and your intuition be your guide. You will be receiving messages and guidance about, yes, this is right. Yes, take this action. And perhaps you have been waiting for that call to action for quite some time. And what has been holding you up is this lack of information, which is coming. So when you take action, know that, yes, there has been a damn good reason why you have waited all this time, why you haven't felt like you knew what you were supposed to do. It's because you're intuitive as fuck, and you're psychic, and you're very connected to spirit. And you knew that you needed to wait, and that you might not have known why you were waiting. You probably were quite frustrated by it, and perhaps you threw your hands up in the air, and you have been a few times going, what the hell am I waiting for? Well, that is what you were waiting for. Rest assured, you'll be like, oh, okay, now we can get going with this new beginning. And you'll be racing forward. And then following that action, that call to action, week 3, we have the 6 of Wands, which is victory, man. That is just victory. That's whatever it is that you've been dealing with, and that you needed more information to act. When you do act, you will be victorious. You're going to get what you want. And I feel like it's been a long time coming as well. But you're just going to be like the queen, like just sitting up there like, like, hell yeah, I trusted myself. Hell yeah, I did that. And like, look, you're just going to feel such a relief. Like, oh, that was why. Like, that was why I had to go through that. I learned so much. Like, yeah, I'm feeling really good about this reading. And yeah, there, so that fits now. Totally fits. It's always fit, but it fits even more. The squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. You will get to that stage of something, this thing that's happening in the first half of the month. You're going to reach the stage moving into the second half of the month where you're going to realize that you can believe in yourself, that your intuition was not leading you on a meandering pathway to hell, that it was leading you somewhere. And damn, you're going to be like, yeah, I can believe in myself. I can believe in that. Like, that's so cool. So moving on to week 4, the end of the month, we've got the 6 of Pentacles. Now, this guy's been confusing me a bit. But trust in divine detours. So I feel like you might head into week 4 doing something a little bit different. Your attitude's changed and your perception on something has changed. Your perception on yourself has definitely been, I mean, you already believed in yourself and you already kind of knew you were a badass, but by week 3 of this month, you're going to be realizing the truth of that, and that, yeah, you had faith, and there was a reason why you believed in yourself and why you had faith, why you kept that faith, is because you truly, this is what this is telling me. All right, so these guys are all looking at like, okay, what just came to me? Okay, yeah, they're looking at, to me, they're going like, okay, so that's why I went there, that's why I went there, and that's why I'm here now. I needed that knowledge from there, I needed that person from here so that I could be now. And now I can trust in that divine detour. And if you happen to go on another divine detour, you can trust that there is a reason for that. You can trust your intuition. You can trust yourself. You can believe in yourself. You can trust spirit. The messages you receive and the way that you interpret them are exactly the way that you are supposed to interpret them. Anything else about week 4? Also, not everyone is going to celebrate your success. So just be on a lookout as well for those people who will not get joy from your success. Be protective of your energy as well. And just know that when things leave your life, they're supposed to. And sometimes it's temporary. Usually it's replaced with something better, but I don't feel like that's what this is happening. I just think that you're just wise, and you just need to, take a look around and just be careful of those people, and don't let them sway you, and don't let them change this opinion of yourself, and just trust that you know what you're doing, even if it looks like you don't. Okay. Excuse me. Now, we shall do, your oracle cards. Alright, so, I just love that, like, the faith that you must have shown pile 3 in yourself and the universe to get through what you did, and to have been so patient. I would have been burning the Temperance card to a crisp. Growth. You have growth, which is card number 1. So that's that new beginning. That this stone that's got no, oh my god, and these runes, that's why they want me to use them too. They're carnelian, which is like fire, they represent fire, but this has no symbol on it. It's the only stone that has no symbol, and that is new beginning. And then you have 1, growth. So this rebirth is absolutely assured. You have the 9th house with faith. You've had faith, you are faithful to what you believe in. And also the 9th house is the Saggies. I love Saggies because they're so optimistic, and they're ruled by Jupiter, I think, which is the house of expansion and luck and good fortune. And then we have Give Back. Oh, look at that card. Isn't that beautiful? Not only can you give back to the world around you, and you do give back to the world around you, but I feel like this is the universe saying that for all you've been through and all you've experienced and all you have learned, the universe is giving back to you for everything you've been through and all the good that you put out into the world as well, because you are just such a... I wanted to say gentle and soft, but you're not gentle and soft. You're very powerful, and you know what you're worth, or you should know what you're worth. But you have a fierceness about you, and yet you are still just so lovely. You've got two peacocks as well in your reading. So we have the Six of Wands, and then we've got the peacock here too. So you really are heading into victory. You can expect things to become very clear, to know exactly how you are supposed to act and what you've been waiting for, and for just things to become clear. This clarity and this optimism that I'm feeling is just amazing. And is there anything else, Spirit? Get yourself a Botswana agate, because and it actually, not everyone activates these chakras, because your bodily chakras have to be fully activated. Your 7 chakras have to be quite healthy for you to be able to access your celestial chakra and your earth chakra. Earth chakra sits underneath you, so say between 6 and 10 feet below your root chakra, and your celestial chakra, your spirit chakra, sits above your crown chakra. So this also connects you to the crown chakra too, but it transfers that energy, that universal energy, into your body. So it will help you with deciphering messages that you receive from spirit and the universe. You should, if you don't already have them, get yourself some cards as well, and just start. I feel like you would really connect with doing readings for yourself as well. You could do them for other people. Perhaps you already are doing them for other people. And the other thing that you would probably work really well with runes, since they wanted to come out and they didn't come out with any other pile. And just once again, the runes, just to confirm, we've got this new beginning. So we've got the rebirth. We've got the dawn, which is intuition and light within. And then we have fire, which is knowledge. So these 3 stones that have come out and that wanted to come out and talk to you are so connected to this reading. It is unbelievable. It's just been so flowing for me to do your reading, pile 3. I've just felt messages, clear messages coming at me. Your spirit team is very advanced. You're very advanced. You're very connected to your higher self. I think I already said that. But not many people are, so... And lastly, let's just take this card in, because and we can just sit in your energy. So it's probably people like me that you need to protect yourself. And actually, that's another reason why you should get yourself a Botswana agate, because they're really good protection stone as well. They're amazing protection stone. So they can actually they can recognize and prevent spiritual attacks, and they will simply send the energy back to a source. And also, since this guy wanted to come out, get yourself into nature and get to the ocean. You're probably that ocean pile from before, are you? I wouldn't be surprised. So last message, take a look at the Akashic records as well, because you're connected to the ocean, and that sort of DNA knowledge is within you somewhere. Okay, my pile threes, I better stop pulling on your energy. It's so nice. But yeah, give yourself a salt bath. Nah, just you're good. You know what you're doing. You can trust yourself and you can trust spirit. I would love to hear how your month goes. Pile number 3. If you resonated with this reading, if you liked it, please like it. Comment if you feel called to, and subscribe to my channel so that you can see any future pick a card readings from me. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. Love to you and your family, and thank you for being such a healing light in this world. Thank you for your energy, and to your spirit guides for coming through in such a lovely way for me. And look out for the number 3, too. They just said 3, 3, 3. Okay, love ya. Bye.